Hi, this is Suresh Pulagam from Customer First Team. In this video, we are going to see migrating HDS projects from C4DL 6.6 to Qlik Compose 2021.8. And in the demo, I'm going to show Hive HDS project migration. Okay, here is the document which can explain all the steps. And there are two paths when you migrate HDS projects. Either you can do it from the scratch, like you can clean up your replicate landing zone and you can just migrate project definition from C4DL to Gen 2, and then you can just start your compose full load and then CDC task. So that is going to be easiest path if you are okay to lose your history from the storage zone. But if you don't want to lose your history, then you have to migrate project definition plus data also from your C4DL 6.6 storage database to Gen 2 storage database. So let us see, like after we migrated the data, so we can compare how the data looks like between C4DL 6.6 storage versus Gen 2 storage. In the first step, we have to install Qlik Compose on the same machine or the new machine, and we have to select a project from C4DL 6.6 and create a deployment package and run the CDC task last time. And you can create a new project in 2021.8, including valid storage database setup, and then we have to deploy the project. So we have to migrate the project definition, running few compose CLI commands, and then migrate the data. Finally, we have to do some post migration verification steps. You can see in this document. Okay, let's go to the demo. So here is my replicate machine, and I'm going to send few changes to replicate task, and then yeah, we'll see how the data is going to process on Compose. So I have already HDS project running on C4DL 6.6, and I'm going to run CDC task once, um, and I'm going to disable all the schedules if there are any. I just ran the CDC task, so we don't see any changes right now because I haven't still sent any changes to the replicate. So yeah, we can expect both the tables got skipped. And now, as I said, okay, if there are any schedules, please disable it before migration. And let us see the data, how it looks like in landing area and C4DL 6.6 storage area, so that we will have an idea and we can compare it with the Gen 2 data also after migration. So yeah, we can see here landing zone table and CT table in the landing area, and in the C4DL 6.6 storage database, we can see storage table and two views. One is historical view and another one is current view, which is ODS view of the storage data. And we can see here currently it's showing only 6.6 storage database, and I'm going to create new and empty database for Gen 2. So I am going to use the same database for my new project in Gen 2. So as I said, like we are migrating the data from C4DL 6.6 to Gen 2 database. So the database must be empty and it should be new one. Okay, we can see here the database created, and let's go to Qlik Compose, and I'm going to create the project with the same name like C4DL 6.6, and let's verify the settings on C4DL 6.6. So it is HDS project, and mark all deleted records. Okay, so let's go to Qlik Compose and create a new project with the same name. Project type is data lake, and it should be the HDS, ODS plus HDS. Next, on-premise, Hive ACID, and then CDP. Okay, now empty project got created. Let's verify the settings. Yeah, it's similar to our C4DL 6.6 project. So empty project is ready. Now we can create a storage connection here with the same information from C4DL 6.6, other than the database name. Database name, uh, what we created right now, Gen2, we are going to give the same database name here. Let's do the test connection once we have all the information here. Okay, now the project is ready with valid storage connection. Now we can go back to the C4DL 6.6 and generate the deployment package from here. And I'm going to copy this deployment package to one of the folder which I already created. Now we have to run compose CLI command as an admin to generate a new project definition for Gen2. Project definition has been generated. So now we can go to projects folder and see that file. Yeah, this is the file. So we have to use this zip file and deploy on top of a newly created Gen2 project, so that we will get all the project definition migrated from C4DL 6.6 to Gen2. Yeah, once we deploy the project here, so next step is to migrate the data from C4DL 6.6 storage database to Gen2 storage database. Okay, now we deployed the project and tested storage and landing zone connections. So it looks good. So let's validate the model and create the storage database tables. Okay, so before create, let's go back to dbeaver and verify are there any tables exist on the database, because it is empty database and I haven't created any tables, but let's verify. And see here there are still two databases, and on the Gen2 database you can see no tables exist. Okay, now let's create. Okay, now the empty tables are created. As this is an HDS project, so we are going to see few storage tables and couple of views created. So let's see what are all databases we can see here. So if you see here, there are two extra databases created for Gen2. These two databases will hold views like live views and history live views and some live changes view. So there are a couple of views. So let us see. We can see here, as this is an HDS project, you can see two storage tables for each table we added in model. So one ends with archive, so this is going to maintain all the history for the table. I'm going to list view names from all the two databases also, just to run queries in future easily. And we are going to run another CLI command to generate the migration script and run the migration script from Hive console. And once we run the migration script, we can see that data populated on all the storage tables, Gen2 storage tables, and we can see here the data populated. I just ran it and pasted here for simplification. And live views are the special thing in Gentoo. So we are going to see what is this live view means, how it is useful for us. So I'm going to generate few changes on replicate, but I'm not going to run CDC task from Qlik Compose and C4DL and verify the storage data. So we can see exactly what is live view is giving to us. Okay, I sent one insert, update and delete. And now I'm going to run select query on C4DL66 storage tables, and let us see are there any changes here. So as we didn't run any CDC task, we shouldn't see any of the records changing. You can see that here. You can see exactly the same records compared with the previous. We can see the same behavior on even Gen2 database. If you try to select the data from storage tables on Gen2, we will exactly see the old data. So it is not going to be updated on the storage tables. But if you select on live view, then we can see the updated data, because using live view, we are going to join the data between storage table and CT table, like whatever the latest data uh, changed in on the CT table, it is also going to be populated on the live view. But we can see that the partition names and the modified batch name is not updated at this time. But next time when you run the CDC task, those values are getting updated. So similarly, you can see the historic live view also. We did insert, update, and delete. So live changes view provided that information. And I'm running the CDC task now. And once it finished, we can again go back and verify the data from Gen2 database. And this time our storage tables is getting updated. So even our live views will show a little different. So CDC task finished. Now we can go back and verify the data. So if we run the live changes view, it is going to give 0 rows because there are no changes since last compose CDC task finished. So that is the reason we don't get any changes here. So let's run it and see the result. Okay, now we can run some views from the Gen2 underscore V database, and from the live views, last time we saw that it populated some CT related data, but now I can see all the data updated with archive or ODS. So that means the storage tables are up to date. This is the live history view. Let us see the data. So if you see the records, header store column just referenced archive or ODS. And you can see the latest data also in the live view now. And the same way, if you run the live view, it is going to give ODS view of the current data. Okay, you can see the ODS view now. So deleted records updated with 1. If you want to see the exact snapshot of source, you can just filter header deleted column not equal to 1. Let us review the data from Gen2 storage database. So CMPA status table is getting updated with the new context every time when you run the CDC task. And same way, our storage table also getting updated with the latest data. Hope all the information provided in this video will be helpful to you. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.